It's always so tragic when our heroes fall in the line of duty. In the heat of the battle, we've lost an IDF soldier, a tracker. 5 other soldiers were injured severely. Just yesterday, it was out of a tunnel that Hamas shot an RPG, a rocket-propelled grenade, at an unarmored military vehicle traveling along the rear route there in the Sevivon neighborhood of Beit Hanun, like northern Gaza. It's that buffer zone near Am and Miflasim. It was supposed to be clear. We thought it was clear of all terrorists, but they came out of a tunnel. It must have been like a connecting shaft into the tunnel. And 3 female combat intelligence soldiers were severely wounded as a result of this attack. So the investigation says that they must have seen the explosives laid by our guys to remove this tunnel, because it goes all the way from a military outpost in the buffer area all the way to the border of Israel. It's one of those tunnels I was at. And so we had to remove it. And so they must have seen the explosives the IDF placed in there, our guys, and they decided to launch an attack and come out. And so they saw this unarmored vehicle approaching and shot a rocket-propelled grenade and RPG at this vehicle. And so the vehicle couldn't go anymore. And what happens is the Northern Brigade commander of the Gaza division shows up to rescue. And the rescue force had the commander's headquarter unit and trackers. And what happens is half an hour after the RPG attack, a powerful IED, improvised explosive device, was detonated on the tracker's vehicle. And in the blast, one of the trackers was killed, 2 others were severely wounded. Brigade commander was unharmed, but Air Force helicopters evacuated the wounded to hospitals. And his name is Galeb Suleiman al-Nassara. He was killed, and it's so sad when this happens. And we say we just got to keep blowing these tunnels up, because they can be used just like this. We got to be so alert, because this can happen. Just when you think an area is clear, if you let your guard down for a second, that's the moment that something can happen. I think of the same thing in the north, in Lebanon. Like, we've done a very, very extensive work there, blowing up a lot of tunnels and a lot of work. I've done it myself with our team. And does that mean that it's safe? Does it mean it's okay? Can people move back to the north? I mean, the Hezbollah is still there. Are they going to try to sneakily rearm? Naim Qassem, the new leader, he said the organization will not disarm. I'll quote him. He said, "We will not allow anyone to disarm us. This idea should be removed from anyone's agenda. We will confront anyone who attacks us and tries to ask us to disarm. We recommend not to play with us in this," they said. Sound like fighting words. That's after Operation Grim Beeper. That's after we destroyed a lot of their infrastructure. And they still have this jihadist, horrible, twisted mentality of violence and hate and murder. Netanyahu vows to press on and not stop until not only Hamas is defeated, but he says, I'm not going to have any ceasefire proposals without a strategic defeat of Hamas. So we're in a real stress point. Also about Iran. Netanyahu says, I'm not going to stop until I'm not going to let them get a nuclear weapon, no matter what. No matter what. Even though in Oman, there was a report that came out, the country of Oman, that the United States has dropped its demand that Iran stop enriching uranium, like they're allowed to continue. But Netanyahu says, I'm committed to preventing Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. So are we going to have to go it alone? What's going to happen? I know that that Hamas is feeling the pressure, but major countries have agreed to accept a large number of Palestinians that want to leave Gaza. And so there's negotiations underway with who's that country and what's going to happen. And instead of them realizing the dire place that they're in, they're releasing more and more of the videos of the same guy, Elkan Abukhbut. They're releasing this picture, a third video of Elkan Abukhbut in the middle of captivity. I'm just like, guys, give it up. Give it up. Hate, terror, darkness, diabolical hatred is not going to work. But that's what we're dealing with, and we're going to see this thing through. You know, Isaiah 29 says, in the multitude of your foes, you will be like small dust. And the multitude of the ruthless, like passing chaff. You will be visited by the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise. I think Isaiah is just reminding us, we're not alone in this. We're going to win. And we're going to have complete victory and a time of peace and rest. What I'm going to do, friends, I want to send you personally a patch. If you donate $500 or more to help the soldiers with the equipment they need, $500 or more dollars, just write in the notes, patch, okay? Write in the note, patch. If you do $500 or more, I personally am going to mail you this patch. Check it out. This very patch right here. Check it out on my arm. That patch. See this patch?